So you're looking to quit smoking and you're wondering how you can do it. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I personally quit smoking and what I learned and how it can help you. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and today I want to talk a bit about smoking, or in particular, how to quit. Now, this is something a lot of us have struggled with, and I struggle with it a lot. I tried to quit smoking several times, but I always ended up smoking again. I would be around someone who smoked, and they would offer me one, and I would just go and take it. Or I would be at a social setting, like at a bar or somewhere where lots of people were smoking, and I would be under the influence of alcohol and think, okay, I'll just have one, and then it would spiral from there. So basically, a little bit over a year ago, I finally quit, and I have zero desire to return to smoking. I don't, crave cigarettes anymore. I don't even enjoy being around cigarettes. Like, if someone is smoking around me, I will often, stay a few feet away from them because I don't like the secondhand smoke anymore. And I want to talk about what I learned and how I personally quit. So for me, it was a particular event that allowed me to quit, and that was the fact that I had to have my wisdom teeth removed. So I went to the dentist and I had my wisdom teeth removed, and naturally they tell you, you're not supposed to smoke for a few days after you've done it. And I was having them out one at a time. I basically had 2 wisdom teeth removed, and I had one of them out, and then a week later, or possibly even 2 weeks later, I think it was like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks later, I was going to have the second one removed. So they told me, I can't smoke for, a few days after I have my wisdom tooth removed. So I had to have, 4 or 5 days without smoking after that was out. And it was hard, but I knew that it was going to cause problems in my mouth if I smoked during those days. So I didn't smoke, and it was coming to the end of those days, and I thought, well, I've only got a few more days until my next appointment, so I may as well just not smoke until then either. So I didn't smoke until the next appointment, so it had been like 1.5, 2 weeks now, and then obviously I couldn't smoke for another 4 or 5 days after that. So by the time that was done, it was almost 3 weeks that I'd been without smoking. And at that point I realised something, that it wasn't actually that difficult to go 3 weeks without. And so I told myself, okay, I'm actually going to try and go without completely. Now, I think a month or so passed, and I think at one point, like when I was having a few drinks, I tried to have a cigarette about a month after that, and I just didn't really enjoy it because my tolerance for nicotine had gone down, and it didn't feel nice to me when I'd been drinking and that. And since then, I've not had a single cigarette, and what helped me was realising that those, first couple of weeks are the crucial stage in, quitting any bad habit. Because if you think about it, that's the stage when you have the most urges to return to it. And when you actually get past that, it's relatively easy in comparison. People talk about, someone who's quit for smoking for 1 year or 5 years or 5 months or whatever. At that point, it really doesn't matter how long you've quit. It's more about, that first stage. Because, quitting smoking for just 2 weeks is, as difficult as quitting it for a year in a way, because that is the most difficult part of it. So how can you do that? How can you, get yourself off for 2 or 3 weeks just so you can get past that most important hurdle? Well, I have a suggestion for you guys. It's kind of a, extreme measure, but I think the extreme measures for that first period are actually quite a good idea, because the thing is, if you can, stop yourself completely from smoking for that period, then it will be a lot easier for you to actually quit for good. So the extreme measures that I'm suggesting basically involve spending some time at a friend's, take some time off work, try and get around a week where you can be there, and basically for the entire week, you're not going to leave the house at all. You're going to give your friends some money to pay for any shopping and bills and stuff and that, and you're not going to be allowed to leave the house. You're not going to do any shopping yourself. They do all the shopping, and they know that you're not allowed to smoke, so they're not going to buy you any cigarettes. And for that duration, you've already given them all the money, your wallet, everything like that, you're going to leave at home. So you're going to have your keys. You could technically go home and get your wallet, but ideally pick a friend who's not like right next door to you. So you'd have to, drive all the way back home and that. And basically, it's going to be too much of a hassle for you to go out and get cigarettes at this point, that you're just going to be able to grin and bear it, get through the week. And after just 1 week of not smoking, you're going to find it's a million times easier to, say no to that pack or to the offer of a cigarette. What I do recommend is during the first, 2 to 3 months, try not to be around other people who smoke as much. If they, for example, go out to the smoking area, don't go with them during that early period, because that's when you still will have, urges if you see someone else smoking around you, or you see someone smoking on TV or whatever. So try to cut out influences like that for that period. But after you get past that period, you're going to find a point where you actually don't crave it so much anymore, and you kind of get used to not doing it. I honestly think that people will kind of overstate how hard it is to stay quit after you've got past a certain point. The really hard part is that, initial phase. So if you can force yourself, do something extreme like staying at your friends for the week or two, cut off, any chance of you smoking during that first couple of weeks, then it can really help you to quit smoking for good. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you guys to quit smoking. If you liked the video, remember to subscribe up there because you've got regular videos that come out multiple times a week. If you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you want to keep watching, check out the video that's linked on screen. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.